guys, Mons here. On this episode of Bally Mons, we're going to be looking at the Lakers weekly review. So for this one, it's going to be Lakers picking at the right time, or are they just giving me false hope again? So just before I get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel so far, please make sure you hit on the subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, I do appreciate all the support. So let me just get started here. So last couple of weeks, Lakers have been looking very, very good. I'm not going to lie. Even I've been impressed because normally when Lakers go on a run like this, it's just fool's gold where they're beating on the weak teams. But in the last 10 games, they've ripped off 9 wins. So they're 9-1 in the last 10 games. And obviously, there have been some impressive wins as well in there, especially Denver Nuggets. What a game. That felt like a playoff intensity game. The crowd were into it. That's the first time, I think, since the Memphis series that Lakers won, maybe like, was it 3 years ago now? The Lakers Memphis series. That's the first time I've seen the Lakers crowd actually be into a game with that much intensity and that much crowd noise as well. Against the Denver Nuggets, for me, that's always given Lakers problem. But ever since Luka got there, Luka's been the X factor, especially when you're playing Denver Nuggets. Since he got there, when with Luka, I think Denver Nuggets, we match up really, really well with Denver Nuggets when Luka's playing. But when we didn't have Luka, we didn't match up well because we needed someone to get us 30 to 40 points. And obviously LeBron would give us 20 or 30. But then obviously AD will give us 20 or 30. But we needed someone to give us 30 or 40 points. And then another person give us maybe 20 or 30. And then another person give us maybe 20 points. And that's how the big three of the Lakers worked against the Nuggets, in my opinion. For me, Lakers, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron, the so-called big three, are finally starting to click, in my opinion. For me, it was never an issue about them not clicking. For me, it's more of an issue of getting reps in, making sure everyone's healthy at the right time. Because for majority of the season, the big three haven't been healthy altogether at the same time. One or two have been healthy, the other one has been out injured. And that's how the season started for me. Right now, the Lakers are actually playing really, really well. And there's good team cohesion there. And defensively, they've improved a lot. I think they were 24 to 22nd in the first 20 or 38 games. But last 8 or 9 games, I think they're second in defensive efficiency. And also, I think rebounds have gotten better. For me, I think the team are actually listening to JJ Redick. I think JJ Redick is coaching his ass off so far this season. Some of the example of the switches, the schemes is calling, the plays is calling. And for example, when they played the Houston Rockets, they're doubling KD. When you double KD is a pure hoop boy, but when you double him, he doesn't know what to do, whether to pass it out or to go for the shot. And they had KD in hell in the fourth quarter of that Houston Rockets game, which was another impressive win for Lakers. And they kept the Rockets down to 92 points, which was fantastic for me, in my opinion. Great to see that defensive intensity. DeAndre Ayton had a fantastic game against the Denver Nuggets, especially in overtime. I think the defining play for DeAndre Ayton for that game was blocking Jokic's shot in overtime, and that was fantastic. For me, the biggest difference so far, since the big three have been healthy the last couple of weeks, is Marcus Smart. When you play Marcus Smart with that big three, with Luka, Reeves, and LeBron, they always seem to do a lot better because Marcus Smart bring that defensive intensity, and you also bring that toughness, that grit, and that toughness that I think Luka and Reeves lack. LeBron has it, but Luka and Reeves lack it, and you need that toughness and that grit in the starting five, in my opinion. So Marcus Smart is a shoo-in for starting. Like, he should be starting regularly, anyways. For me, the biggest thing for the Lakers heading down to the final stretch of the season, the home stretch of the season, is if you keep the game close against the Lakers, you just forget about it because Lakers are going to win because they have Luka, Reeves, and LeBron. 3 very, very high IQ players. 3 very, very good players in terms of making the right play. They're like, I know Luka gets his own shot and everything, but if the chance is there for passing the ball, he will. And also, just a quick point on Luka. I'm very, very critical on Luka. For me, I'm only critical on players that I actually rate. Luka is my second favorite player after LeBron, and obviously you play for the Lakers. There's going to be a lot of pressure on you. There's going to be huge media attention on you. And for the first half of the season, he was putting up points, but defensively, Luka might as well be in a cone in the last couple of months. But in the last couple of weeks, he's been a willing defender. So just think about what I said: a willing defender. A willing defender is someone that's actually willing to defend. We're not asking Luka to be the best defender of the team. Just get in front of players. Put your hand up. Just try to distract players. And he's been doing that in the last couple of weeks. And also, he stopped that bitch in the morning to the refs. And that's improved his game a lot. And it proved him a lot defensively simply because instead of bitching the morning to the ref, he actually gets back on D and now the Lakers aren't down a man or two when teams are breaking on transition, which is fantastic to see. For me, LeBron is a third wheel of this team, and that's okay with me because you're 41 years old. And what I don't like about the media the last couple of months is the way they've been absolutely killing LeBron. This is nothing new. This is going on through LeBron's career, but the guy's in year 23. You're still killing him. You're still having the highest standards for him. You know what that just says to me? That says to me that he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. There's no debate anymore for me because no other player in the year 23 or in their 40s or even the late 30s has had this much pressure. Rest in peace, Kobe. But I remember Kobe in the late 30s. Do I treat him as a Make-A-Wish player? I remember when Jordan was playing for the Wizards, they were treating him as a Make-A-Wish player as well. Like anyone in their late 30s playing the game of basketball, they always been treated with like a Make-A-Wish player. They treat them like, oh, this is maybe their last year, whatever. They don't put that much pressure on them. But with LeBron, it's completely different. And to me, that simply says he's a GOAT. He's the greatest of all time for me. That's just simply it for me, in my opinion. Um, and also, what I would say is Luka has been unbelievable the last couple of weeks. Offensively, that brother he's averaging 32, 34 points. He's still leading the league in points per game and in average. And I think he's going to win the scoring title again this year, which is fantastic to see. And like I said, he's been a much more willing defender. And also, like I was talking about the media earlier on, I'm just going to call out three people in the media here who've been heavily critical of Lakers and LeBron. So it's Adrian Wojnarowski. So like I said, sorry, my apologies. I'm going to call out three media personalities who have been very, very critical of LeBron and Lakers. We said the Lakers are worse with LeBron. So three of them are Adrian Wojnarowski, the fat degenerate, um, Barkley, and also the coon Stephen A. Smith. For me, all three of them are haters. Every single time Lakers play, they always want a storyline. Killing LeBron every single time. This has been going on for a long time. Stephen A. Smith is a coon. I think for me, he's been very, very critical of LeBron because what LeBron did last year when LeBron stood up to him basically for basically saying Bronny should retire from playing football. That Bronny he said LeBron as a father, don't let Bronny play football. For me, you're crossing the line when you bring in family members and if it's basketball related, fair enough. Criticize Bronny. But when you say it as a father, I think that's what pissed LeBron off last year. And ever since then, Stephen A. Smith, the coon, has been on LeBron's case. And Barkley, we know Barkley's a hater. And I think he woke the Lakers up a couple of weeks ago when he was talking to Austin Reeves in a post match, and they didn't know Austin Reeves already was listening to them before they started talking to him, and they were killing the Lakers. I think that woke the Lakers up, and Austin Reeves was fantastic since then. And Adrian Wojnarowski, I'm never going to get started on that fat degenerate. He thinks he's LeBron's buddy. Adrian Wojnarowski has basically made a career of the fact that he covered LeBron in high school. Without that, he wouldn't be anywhere near the media, in my opinion. So LeBron gave him a career. That's another person LeBron gave a career to. And I would say when LeBron retires, a lot of these media personalities are going to be absolutely starving for headlines, in my opinion. Um, I'm looking forward to this tough stretch. I think Lakers are playing. I think they're playing the Rockets again, the Heat, the Magic, and also the Pistons. For me, I'm circling that Pistons game because I want to see how this Lakers now, with the newfound defensive intensity, how they cope with young players, young team, and also teams with physicality and intensity. If you can cope with the Pistons, I think we're going to have a discussion in terms of the playoff when the playoff term comes. I can't wait for the playoffs. That's pretty much it for me. If you've made it to the end of my video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate all the support. Peace out.